Hey, Justin, congrats on the win. What did you see from from the Jets secondary that enabled you to be able to throw passes and get them down to Keenan for him to complete and move the chains?
Yeah, I think we had a great plan going into the week. Coach Syke and Coach Hamilton, they put together a good pass strategy, and we went out there and executed. And some big plays from Mike Williams, Keenan, Hunter. Those guys stepped up big time, so it made my job a lot easier out there.
From week 2 to where you are right now, is this the type of chemistry you envision to develop with guys like Keenan and Mike Williams and Hunter Henry and those guys?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think we've grown so much from them, and even in the huddle, I know I can go to them and say anything, and if I need them lined up in a certain position, we can get that done. And same thing for them; they can come to me for anything. And I think we've gotten really comfortable with each other, and I think it's only going to get better from here.
Thanks, Justin.
Fernando.
Justin, what did you you kept on going to Keenan. He just kept on getting open. What does that say about him? And how impressive have you been? I mean, obviously last year you were at Oregon. Now you're in the NFL and getting to play with him. Just how impressive has he been to you this season?
He's as good as it gets. And anytime you have targets like him, Mike Williams, Hunter, Jalen Guyton out on the field, you know that you've got a good advantage to go to him. And a lot of our plays are designed to get those guys open, whether it's stop routes or just finding things, holes in the defense. Those guys do a great job at it. And to see all of his success over the past couple of years has been awesome.
With everything that's gone on this season, did you get a little nervous at the end of the game thinking that the Jets could bring this back, tie it up, and you guys would be going into overtime?
No, there's no doubt. I knew the defense was going to go out there, do their job, and they came up with some big stops. So props to those guys. And yeah, it might have gotten a little closer than we would have liked, but we had our opportunities to go down and score as well. So it's on us too.
How positive do you think this victory is moving forward toward the back end of the season?
Winning games in the NFL is tough to come by. So we'll take any win that we can get because each week in, week out, you got teams beating each other, and any win you can grab is huge for us.
Does the second win feel sweeter than the first for you?
Winning's always sweet. So regardless of what number it is, winning's always the best feeling.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Justin.
Cam Buford.
Hey, Justin. I'm talking to Mike Williams earlier. He said you were more vocal out there today. Was there a difference in the way you prepared this week versus coming off the performance of last week?
No, there was no difference in preparation. I think we did a great job this past week, like we do every week, of getting prepared, watching film, having great weeks of practice, and we went out there and executed. And Mike, Keenan, Hunt, they made some big plays, and the guys up front, they blocked their tails off, and they gave us enough time to get the ball off. So good things like that will happen when we do that.
Do you feel more comfortable running the no huddle offense where you get to make audibles and kind of tell the receivers where to go and make up things on the fly and just kind of play football?
I don't know if I would say I'm more comfortable running that than just the original type of offense. I'd say I'm definitely used to it, and kind of having gone through that and experienced through it, I've got a pretty good feel for it. So I think it's a huge advantage for us to be able to do both. And so when we have that opportunity to get into that no huddle rhythm, I think it's really good for us.
You had 11 targets to your running backs today. Talk about your utilization of those guys as an alternative to Mike and Keenan and Hunter.
Yeah, it's really tough to guard. When you get guys stretching the field vertically, some of the defenders back out and kind of get underneath it. And so if that's not there, checking it down, finding 5 or 6 yards each time is huge. And being able to convert a lot of these third and longs and third and mediums is huge for us.
Now, Justin, you've been putting up some big numbers this season as a rookie, setting all kind of rookie records. Which one of your buddies is calling you and reminding you of kind of the success you're having in the league?
I really haven't had too much of that attention. I think my friends have done a good job of just kind of, saying, hey, keep working hard, keep doing things the right way. And whether we win or lose, they're always there to support me. So I've been really thankful for that.
All right. Well, I'll keep my mouth shut then. Congratulations on your success and good W. Thank you.
Derek Togerson.
Hey, Justin, going back with the no huddle offense, that's something obviously you are, as you said, more familiar with. Is that something that was maybe you saw a matchup against the Jets that you're going to try and exploit there because they do have a younger secondary with a lot of guys out? Or is that something we're going to see more often from you guys, especially early in games to get some rhythm going?
I think that's just something that we do pretty well. We've kind of had that in the plan for the past couple of weeks and kind of pulled it out today. And saw some really good things with it. So anytime you get Mike and Keenan and JG out there on the ball quickly, it poses a threat because defenses have a tough time lining up. So it gives us a big advantage. And I think going forward, that might be something that we're going to be interested in.
And one of those phrases we like in sports media is on a pace to. You are on a pace to set the NFL rookie single season touchdown and yardage records. Baker Mayfield holds the touchdown record, but then Andrew Luck has the yardage record. When you hear your name thrown up with guys like that and the possibilities that you have this year, because they're both within your range here, you start thinking, maybe this could be one of those, truly special types of rookie years, maybe even beyond the expectations you could have had for yourself. I
think that's one way of looking at it. Personally, I try not to focus too much on that. I try to look at the wins and losses, and it hasn't been easy for us by any means. But going forward, we're just trying to win games, and our records are great and all, but I think as long as we're winning games and doing things the right way on the football field, that's what's most important to me.
Congrats.
Joe Reedy.
Justin, you had nearly 300 yards in the first half. Have you, going back to Oregon and everything, have you ever had a half like that where you approached those numbers?
I'd have to do some research, but not off the top of my head.
Okay. It seemed like the passing game, just a lot of pass attempts in the first half. Was it basically taking what the defense gave you?
Yeah, I think that's one of our big mottos for our offense, and never trying to push or force things down the field, but taking what they give you. So you kind of find zones in the defense or check downs and run the ball well. So it's all about taking what you can get and moving the ball down the field.
And you've had a lot of double-digit reception games to Keenan this year. Was that a chemistry that was just established at the beginning, or how long did it get for you to get really comfortable with him?
As soon as I got here, I knew how special he was. Being able to watch the film and just knowing who he was before I got here, I knew that. And anytime you got a guy like that on the football field, you're going to try and give him the ball because something special is going to happen. Same thing with Mike Williams and Hunter and JG and all those guys. They've stepped up huge these past couple of weeks.
But was it any work like talking to him about catch points and everything, kind of like what you did with Mike?
Yeah, just going through the week, talking about certain routes and where the ball is going to be, where they're going to sit down, and kind of judging it based off of where the defenders are going to be. So, like you said, that's going to be due to having a good feel for each other and knowing where the other guy is going to be.
Okay, thanks.
AJ.
Hey, Justin. So one of the things you've been talking about the last couple of weeks with the losses is that you knew a win was going to come, and you guys just had to stick together, not point fingers. How critical was that? And then how much does that validate the feeling today that it finally did turn into a win in a close game?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And kind of like I've said over the past couple of weeks, I think we've got a great team. It's unfortunate that we haven't executed the way we wanted to, but we moved the ball really well. And I think the defense is starting to pick things up, and they've done an incredible job. And I know they're really well coached. And so it's just all about putting those pieces of the puzzle together, and worked out for us today. And we're looking forward to another week of practice and getting after it on Sunday.
And of course, I'm sure you remember it is rivalry week here in Oregon. Your Ducks are going to take on the Beavers on Friday. Anything you want to say to your former team before they head into it on the day after Thanksgiving?
Just the best of luck. I remember those games so well, and it's always a huge atmosphere. It's going to be a little weird this year with no fans, but don't let that take away from the game, and good luck to those guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Last one for you, Justin. Gilbert.
Yeah, Justin, Keenan Allen said that you had a lot of heat on the touchdown pass that you gave him. Do wide receivers ever joke with you and tell you to kind of lay off some of that heat on passes?
I think it's needed sometimes. It's as tough as it can be sometimes. You gotta throw them in tight windows like that. And Keenan, the guy had his back turned to Keenan and kind of just rolled out. Knew Keenan was going to look for me. Had his eyes up and made a good play, kind of shaking off him and catching the ball.
And on the touchdown, or not touchdown pass, but the long pass to Tyron Johnson, it seemed like you had a lot of heat on that one too, but he's just a speedy guy that caught up to it. I guess, were you always confident he's going to catch up to it?
Yeah, that's kind of the way things have been working out for him. And he kind of just runs down the field, and I throw it about as far as I can, and somehow he finds a way to come up with it.
And Justin, the last one, your haircut went viral. Are you, I guess, amazed at how much attention it got, or I guess what was kind of your reaction after that?
I've done a pretty good job of kind of staying away from that. So I've been focused on the Jets all week, and I don't know really what's been going on. So it's probably for the best.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks, Justin.
If you like that video, check out more.